Last on Ganga Sutra, we traced its river course through the state of Bihar, a state where the river is built into its popular culture, a state where you still spot the near extinction Gangetic dolphin.
উথালি পাথালি আমার বুক ও আমার মনেতে নাই সুখ রে আমায় ডুবাইলি রে আমায় ভাসাইলি রে অকুল দরিয়ায় বুঝি কুল নাই রে কুল নাই কিনার নাই নাই রে দইরার পানি দিবসে নিশীথে ডাকে দিবসে নিশীথে ডাকে দিয়া হাতে ছানি রে অকুল.
As the river flows in India, it's called by over 108 names. When we began this epic journey, we began when it was called the Bhagirathi in its upper reaches. We saw the Jahnavi, the Savitri, the Triveni, the Japa, and today, in its final leg, the last bastion of this Ganga before it meets the sea, we are standing by the ghats of Kolkata. We are standing by the ghats of the river Hooghly, which is the Ganga. We saw many emotions as we made this over 2,500 kilometer journey. We saw love, we saw prayers, we saw undying faith, we saw devotion like we have never seen anyone attached to a particular river. There was one emotion that was missing, and that emotion was respect. We haven't seen this country respect the river it loves so much. To use an overused, abused cliche, respect is to owe, love is to give. We have given a lot of love to this river, but it indeed is time that we show the respect that we owe to this river. Respect that is long overdue.
And respect for her is hard to find. India is a land of dichotomies and stark ironies. That they love deeply will be taken for granted. That they worship will be most abused.
Like all the other cities that we've passed through which touch the river Ganga, the socio-economic, cultural life of even Kolkata, where it touches the Hooghly, is completely intertwined, linked with the river Ganga. On the other side, that's where the irony lies. The river gives them so much. They love it. But in loving her, they also make her gravely ill.
Passing through 4 states, the Ganga enters West Bengal. Like anywhere else, as dirty. – 150 large industrial plants are lined up along the banks of the Hooghly, rampantly discharging industrial waste into the river. Human waste has increased coliform in the water to alarming levels. By the time the Ganga reaches the last stage of her journey, she is a mighty river. But now, from over 2,400 kilometers away from her birthplace, she will begin to break apart into many small streams. Her waters make their way onto the sea through many channels of the world's largest delta, the Sundarbans.
The story of the Ganga is as beautiful as it is complicated. We might have run its course in just 20 days, but the narrative of this mighty river is as old as time itself. Just the final chapter, over centuries, over time, has always remained the same, and that is the Ganga with the sins of 1 million Indians with the aspirations, the faith of 1 million Indians joins the Bay of Bengal. We are at the Sundarbans, a World Heritage Site, the largest delta in the world, and it is through here the Ganga, in various streams and rivers, goes and joins the sea.
This is a magical, mystical place where the boundaries between land and water are blurred. A delicate balance on which subsists man. Shared between India and Bangladesh, the delta is home to a most densely packed human population on earth and also some extraordinary wildlife.
Well, this indeed is a rare sight. Two rivers meeting, two very distinct colors. Both rivers are Ganga, called by different names depending on what part of the region in West Bengal they come together to meet in the Sundarbans. On that side where you see the lighter waters, well, that is Gomar River. And on the other side is Durga Vahini. Now these two rivers meet together, go ahead forward. Various streams, various other rivers meet it. That is what actually forms the core strength of the largest delta in the world. And from there on, of course, these rivers mix with the seawater and drain into the Bay of Bengal.
And as we sailed, we saw where along with her many streams, the mighty Ganga meets the sea.
The largest delta in the world, the Sundarbans today, is under threat as well, primarily because of the lack of fresh water. It's precariously balanced. It's a confluence of three rivers, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra and the Meghna. And one main reason for that is the delicate balance between saline water and fresh water. Today, the salinity of this water has increased over 70%, which is a threat to this very ecosystem. Something which was very easy to spot, which actually gave the name to the Sundarbans, was Sundari, the tree. And today, we're trying very hard to actually spot one. Difficult.
Hundreds of these small hamlets in the Sundarbans are home to thousands. Along with fishing, they also subsist on agriculture and their livelihood today in peril. The flow of the Ganga has decreased over the years and fresh water for them is essential for farming.
সলভ প্রবলেম বলতে যেটা নোনা জলের জন্য আমাদের এই চাষবাসের প্রবলেম, যেটা একবার আয়লা হয়ে গিয়েছিল, জল ঢুকে গিয়ে অনেক প্রবলেমই হয়েছে, যেটা কি চাষবাস করতে পারা যাচ্ছে না ভালোভাবে 4-5 বছর 6 বছর।
पानी ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है, उसी में पानी इधर ढुक जाता है खेत में, इसी से नीमक पानी आ जाता है। नीमक पानी से कोई फसल नहीं होता है।
Very nice.
As we chart its final course, as a team, there sets in a languid sense of inertia. For over 20 days, everything has changed around us. Topography, weather, cultures. For us, there has been only one constant, this river.
As any journey ends, there's always a sense of melancholy. Well, it is for us also. It has been a very long journey, but something that has taught each one of us something. For me, there's one thing I'll take away from here, and those are two very distinct memories. Memory number one was when we were on our way to Gangotri, and I sat on top of a jeep, and that's for the first time I realized on what Gangama actually meant to people. The second one, at the Bhagalpur Ghats, the prettiest, where we actually spotted the Gangetic dolphins. And of course, the final one right now, till now. We've been traveling in the month of monsoon, and Ma Ganga has been fairly kind to us. It's never rained. And as our journey dips, comes to an end, suddenly the skies are opening up. Maybe it is a good omen.
My interaction with people on the ghats, where they've tried to throw something into the Ganga, and I've told them just to restrain themselves, hold them back, because whatever amount of sins they may get rid of with this holy dip, they are actually taking more sins with them home.
एक बंदे को भी अगर हमने सुधारा तो हमने शायद सोचेंगे कि हमने गंगा का सफर पूरा किया.
Initially when we left Delhi, I thought we were just going on just another aerial shoot. But when we got to Uttarkashi and we saw the kind of spaces that the Ganga goes through, it's been one of the best shoots that I've ever done.
वो जो एक्सपीरियंस हमारे लिए बहुत लाइफ टाइम है, जहाँ से गंगा अवतरित हो रही है.
A lot of times I heard this one saying, and that was, "Sare तीरथ बार बार, गंगा सागर एक बार." I think I've done my bit.
I've seen such landscapes I've never seen before.
कानपुर से गंगा सागर का जो यात्रा है, इसके लिए एक ही शब्द बोल सकते हैं, वो है अद्भुत.
If there was a word to encapsulate this journey for us, it would be Adbhut, extraordinary.
अद्भुत, अद्भुत, अद्भुत.
Adbhut, अविश्वसनीय, अकल्पनीय.
Adbhut.
अद्भुत.
Adbhut.
We sail just kilometers away from where we will practically lose an entity we lived with, observed, obsessed about. We move on to Ganga Sagar.
Alright, so this is pretty much the last pit stop, the final chapter of Ma Ganga making its way to the Bay of Bengal. And it's quite chaotic, if you can see. There's only one massive ferry, and I'm going to ask my camera person, Prem, to actually show you, so that I'm going to just get ahead. And you can see that this massive jetty, this ferry, takes people every 2 hours from the mainland all the way to the island Ganga Sagar, where you can actually see Ma Ganga meet the sea. Sea of people on board this particular jetty, packed like sardines, making their way to Ganga Sagar. Some of them who live on that particular island, the other only going there because they work there, and the rest, of course, on a pilgrimage of a lifetime. We have these Kavariyas who come all the way like us, like we've made our way all the way from Gangotri. This batch of Kavars have made their way all the way from the Gangotri glacier. It's said in Hindu mythology that if you take the waters from the snout of the Gangotri glacier and come and put the water where Ma Ganga meets the sea, and take the sand from there and take it back to Gangotri, your Tirath, Ganga Tirath, is complete. इतना श्रद्धा कैसे है कि इतना सारा काम कर रहे हैं?
संतुष्टि मिलती है उनसे.
क्या संतुष्टि मिलती है?
जो मनोकामना मांगा जाता है वो मिलती है.
क्या मनोकामना मांगे हैं?
बाबा से अपने शांति के लिए, गांव परिवार के लिए. अरे अपने लिए मांगे हैं कि हमारे बाल गोपाल गांव नगर सब अच्छा रहे.
क्या मांगे हो?
हम मांगे सब संसार सुखी रहे.
संसार सुखी रहे, अपने लिए कुछ नहीं मांगे.
अपने सारे संसार सुखी, हम भी सुखी.
तो सब सिर्फ संसार मांगे हैं.
अपने बीवी मांगे हैं.
क्या मांगे?
अच्छी बीवी मांगे.
अच्छी बीवी मांगे हैं. गंगा मैया अच्छी बीवी देंगी.
देंगी.
हाँ, अगर जल चढ़ाओगे तो विश्वास
देगी. विश्वास तो बिल्कुल है.
That's the faith. This young gentleman wants a beautiful wife. That's why he's come here. The others, maybe they are lying for television. All of them have come for peace, world peace. We've left the mainland right on the other side. We've taken this jetty, which will take us on a 45-kilometer journey all the way to the Ganga Sagar. And interestingly, because West Bengal has that communist influence, something which would have cost us a lot more has just about cost us 8 rupees.
The Ganga Sagar is an island of the Sundarbans and part of the delta. It is considered a holy pilgrimage for the Hindus, the last religious bastion. That last destination, that last opportunity to wash those sins.
Nowhere else on earth are the natural, spiritual, religious world so well intertwined like they are in this country, India. And Ma Ganga, the most powerful of those natural deities. It is on her backs that the cycle of birth, life, death, rebirth is completed. When we began, we thought this was going to be a special journey, but it's come to be a journey of a lifetime, something that we would remember for a lifetime.
Over 20 days, constantly on the move, where very often we forgot the city we were in, the only constant was this river. 20 days, 2,500 kilometers, from Gomukh to the plains. The place where we saw it literally die, to where we saw it woven into the very existence of a spiritual city, to a state where it is a part of life, its popular culture, to now, the Bay of Bengal. It's been a journey of a lifetime.
There is a certain sense of joy when you follow a river body in the monsoons, and we've done so. We've done so for 2,500 kilometers. They've seen Ma Ganga. We've seen her pure, we've seen her pristine, we've seen her getting polluted, we've seen her being reduced to nothing more than a drain, and we've also seen her in full spate, in full glory during the monsoons. Well, we reached the final phase of our travel, the final chapter in a journey, in a story that has been told over 1,000 years. We reach Ganga Sagar, and this, the last physical form, this temple dedicated to Ma Ganga, of the religious significance attached to this mightiest, holiest of Indian rivers.
And then, just like that, without much ado, no theatrics, no shenanigans, a river that is considered a goddess, carrying with it the sins of millions, the promised waters that deliver salvation. The Ganga quietly meets the sea.